Alright, so hey yogis, here we are. It's Wednesday afternoon, and if you didn't notice already, we've got another snow days on our hand. Hopefully it won't last a whole week this time, but we did want to start bringing you into the studio a little bit more so that you could see the different styles of yoga that we offer here at Harmony Health, and also hear the different styles of teaching from our team members. So today, I will be on my mat, and Kelly is going to be leading us through our restorative practice. We are going to be using a couple of our props, so we'll be using the wheels. Harmony Health does have a full assortment of brightly colored wheels for our members to use when they come in for classes, and we do sprinkle them into some of the classes throughout the week. We also have a series of wheel workshops that is led. We have 4 wheel workshops on Saturdays and Sundays throughout the year of 2018. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started. Kelly's gonna lead us in our 60-minute restorative yoga practice. Thanks for joining me.
So starting out our practice today, we're gonna start sitting in a nice easy place on your mat. Begin to close your eyes, begin to relax the body. Let the mind settle into the space that you're at, and breathe deep. Let the breath draw in through the nose, and exhale back out through the nose, letting the air become nice and clean as you draw it back in. Work to find the breath deepening within the body, so that as you inhale, it begins to fill the belly out, lift the lungs, draw the collarbone up. Exhaling out, let it take any negativity, anything that may not serve you well, along with it. Take a few breaths here and just begin to let go of the day. On your next inhale, we're going to draw the hands up towards the sky. Let the palms come together in the heart center. Let the chin begin to pull down towards the fingertips. Pause here to think of a goal or an intention for your day, maybe for the week or for the rest of the month. Bring in some positivity into the body as you grow. We're going to sweep the hands back up towards the sky. Let the gaze come up. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Let the left hand slide across, opening up along the left side body. Feel that the hips are grounding down, the arms reaching out, the shoulders stay lifted and rolled back. Inhaling all the way up through center and over to the left side. Feel that you're continuing to reach with the fingertips, pushing down along the hips. Inhale, come back up to center. We're going to bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, push the palms up towards the sky. The gaze can come with it. Exhale, draw the shoulders forward, let the hands come down. The gaze comes down to the chin and down to the chest. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, draw back up towards the sky. Let the hands come down to the side. Take a hold of the wheel, bring it behind your back. And begin to lean back against the wheel. Option to move the wheel along your back, whether it's in the shoulder blades or low on the back. Find a place that's comfortable. Let your body roll back. Let your head fall down towards the mat. Let the shoulders open up, the heart lift. Pause here, feeling the opening. Feeling the muscles along the back begin to relax. Feeling the support of the wheel. Take a moment to bring the hands into the chest, one up high and one down on the belly. Feel how the breath moves throughout the body. Feel that each hand lifts in its own point within the breath, and it relaxes back down as you exhale it out. hands come back down to the side. You can bring the feet to the mat, let the soles of the feet ground down. Begin to push the hips up so that the back rolls onto the mat with the option to push further back with the wheel. You can hold here, you can take a breath nice and deep, let the arms fan out. And then you can bring the feet to the mat so that they're grounded down, and you can roll along the wheel, allowing it to massage your lower back and upper between the shoulders. Take a few moments here, feeling into the body. And then slowly coming back down, let the bottom come down to the mat, let the feet stretch out. Slowly work your way back up off the wheel, coming to a nice tall place. Begin to come into Dandasana with the feet out in the front, pushing the toes back in towards the body. The hands are going to come down along beside you, pushing down slightly into the palms so that there's some space within the spine. Bring a small micro bend into the knees, and then slowly walk the hands forward, starting to stretch towards the toes. Take a few breaths here, feeling that the thighs are stretching long, and that as you relax, you can slowly bring the legs down to the mat and flatten the body closer to the thighs. Let each inhale lift the body, and the exhale deepen into the pose. Take just a few breaths, and then slowly walk the body back up. We're going to bring the knees back into an easy seated place, bringing the opposite foot to the front here. Sweep the hands back up towards the sky, reach tall. Exhale brings them down behind the back, interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders away. Let the heart rise. Relax the grip, bring the opposite thumb to the top, and then slowly, gently pull back down towards the mat. Feel that the gaze begins to come up if it's comfortable. Or you can take a variation, bringing the chin down towards the chest so that the back of the neck opens up. Slowly release the hands, bring them back to the front, rising up. And then exhale, folding forward. Let the body come down towards the mat. You can rock from side to side here, feeling just a little bit of release. Take just a few moments settling into the pose. And then slowly start to lift the body back up. We're going to bring the hands down to the mat in front. Start to roll your body up onto all 4 points. We can move the wheel off of the mat so that it's not in our way for the next few moments. Come into a nice tabletop. Work to make sure that the hips are over the knees. The feet are out long behind the knees. The hands are under the shoulders so that the wrists and shoulders line up. We're going to come into some cat-cows, so letting the belly fall down towards the mat, the tailbone will lift, the gaze will come up. And then exhale, draw the belly in, round through the shoulders, come into cat. Exhale back down into cow. Inhale up into cat. Take a few moments to move with your breath here. Let the breath draw you down, and let each inhale draw the shoulders up, rounding, tucking the tailbone. Working to stretch through the front body, bring space into the spine. And then coming back into a nice neutral spine, coming back to our tabletop. Walking the arms out just a little bit away so that you come into a modified plank. Begin to pull the hips down so that they're lowering to the mat, but the body's engaged. Pause here, and then draw the body back into child's pose. Let the toes come together. Let the hips come down towards your bottom. Feel that the arms are reaching out long. Come back to the breath if you weren't focusing in. Let it settle the body. Let it settle the mind once again. As you inhale, draw the body back into our modified plank. Feel that the core is lifted, the hips are staying even with the shoulders. And then slowly bringing yourself down to the mat. Let the feet plant down to the mat. Let the thighs pull in together. Begin to roll the shoulders up. Come into a baby cobra. Feel that the lower back's active. The bottom needs to be soft here so it doesn't take away from the efforts of the back and the thighs. Exhale back down to the mat. Bring the cheek to the mat. Let the heels fall open and swish the bottom from side to side. Coming back into center. Rolling the shoulders back once again, coming back into our Bhujangasana. Deepen into the back bend if you would like, maybe putting slight pressure into the hands so that you can lift the body. Remember to keep the feet grounded. Exhaling back down. Bring the opposite cheek to the mat, let the heels fall open. We're going to reach the arms out long to the front. Let the fingertips reach far to the very front of the room. We're going to work into some swimmers, so bringing the right leg up, the left arm's going to rise as well. Take an inhale, and then exhale, coming back down. Inhale, bring the opposite leg and opposite arm. Exhaling down. Working through a few of these at your breath. Inhale is going to draw you up. Remember to keep your bottom soft. Lifting opposite hand and opposite leg. Doing just 2 more on each side. Coming back down, let the hands come back under the shoulders, push the body back into child's pose once again. Let the back relax. Feel that the legs maybe are opening wide, allowing more space for the breath to deepen here. Take 2 rounds of breath, so a full inhale and exhale. And then tuck the toes, begin to lift the hips, drawing up into a downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet from side to side, maybe stretching through the ankle and the calves. Working to draw the shoulders back. Our goal is not to have our legs straight in downward facing dog. Our goal is to lift the hips, draw the shoulders back, flatten through the entire spine. From here, we're going to settle into the middle, begin to walk the hands forward, walk the feet forward to the hands, coming to the front of our mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. The fingers can come into the elbows, you can rock from side to side in ragdoll. You can bring a small bend into the knees, letting the body relax a little bit as you're stretching through the legs, and then slowly starting to roll the body up, coming all the way to the very top. Let the hands reach up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, draw the body over to the left side. Feel that the feet are grounded, feel that the hips are pushing out to the side, drawing back into center and over to the other side. We're going to come back into center, let the hands fan down towards the side, balance through both feet, begin to draw the thighs in, tighten through the girdle, let the shoulders lift, let the head feel tall like you're being pulled up towards the ceiling. Coming to our mountain pose, let the energy build for just a moment. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. As we come to this forward fold, allowing the hands to begin working their way behind the legs, maybe hugging the legs just a little bit closer, folding a little bit deeper. Slowly relaxing the grip, let the hands come back towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift once again. Exhale, folding down. We're going to step the feet back to the back of the mat. Bring the knees down, coming into a modified plank. Pause here, feeling that your body's engaged, and then lower the body down to the mat. We're going to bring the forearms to the mat from here. Let the elbows come under the shoulders, come into a Sphinx pose. Let the head lift up, the heart melt forward. The feet are going to stay grounded down to the mat. And then exhale down. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Begin to push the body back, coming through into child's pose. And then downward facing dog. We're going to let the right foot lift away from the mat, bring it through to the front. Staying low in a low lunge. Feel that the hips are growing apart from each other. The knee can come down to the mat on the back leg, giving just a little bit of support as you're here. Let the foot fan out. Pause here, feeling that you're deepening into the pose. The hands from here can begin to come to the knee. Feel that the body's beginning to lift up. And then exhale back down to the mat. Begin to step the left foot forward, coming back into our fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising all the way up. Stretching tall, maybe taking a small back bend here, letting the fingers trail across the sky. And then releasing, exhaling back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back to the back of the mat once again, left foot and right. Bringing the knees down as the option. And then lowering the body down once again. We're going to roll back into a cobra this time. Allow the body to lift just a little bit more. Bringing depth along the spine. And then exhaling back down. Coming back through child's pose. And into downward facing dog. We're going to let the left foot come up from the mat. Bring it through to the front. Come into our low lunge. Pause for just a moment, feeling that the legs are engaged, and then bringing the back knee down. Pause, feeling that the hips are pushing forward, and then slowly start to build so that the hands come to the thigh or knee. Take just a few breaths here, and then bringing the hands back down to the mat. Stepping the right foot forward, coming back into our forward fold. So bringing a small bend into the knees here, let the chest lay against the thighs. Begin to bring the hands under the feet so that the palms are face up, the toes are resting near the wrist. Coming into gorilla. And as you hang heavy here, letting the shoulders relax, letting the neck shake from side to side, you can begin to slowly straighten the legs, taking it little by little as you breathe and the muscles release. Starting to release the hands, bringing them back down to the mat, and then halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, coming back down. Maybe bringing your hands down to the mat at this point, beginning to step the feet out to the sides of the mat so that they come into a wide-legged stance. From here, we're going to slowly lower the bottom down, working into a malasana or garland's pose. If you have a block handy, you can bring a block under your bottom. You can lift the body up tall, let the palms come into heart center, let the hips be wide. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, lift the bottom back up towards the sky, and relax just a breath. We're going to plant the hands, begin to walk the feet back to the back of the mat, coming back into a tabletop. Let the knees come down, let the body center once again. We're going to bring the forearms down to the mat, let the hips lift up, coming into a puppy dog. You can begin to walk the elbows out away from the shoulders, letting the heart melt down towards the mat. Continue to draw the hips up. The feet are still against the mat. And then begin to bring the hands back towards the shoulders, back to our forearms. We're going to bring the right arm out long, sweep it under the under for eye of the needle. Let it open the body up, sweeping down. Exhale is going to bring our shoulders down towards the mat. The cheek can rest. Feel a stretch coming through the shoulder itself. On the next inhale, bringing the one arm out from under you. Maybe stretching it out to the front, releasing the shoulder for a moment, and then back down to the mat. We're going to work to the other side, so coming back, sweep the opposite arm up towards the sky, and then sweep it through the hole. Allow the shoulder to work its way down. Find that the body's relaxing towards the mat. Find that the back is stretching as you begin to twist slightly, drawing into the shoulder. Inhale is going to bring us back to the center, walking the body back up, opening the shoulder up towards the side and down. From here, we're going to start to slide the hips back so that we're coming into a hero's pose. Let the bottom come down towards the feet. Let the feet stay planted. Start here just feeling that you're getting a stretch through the tops of the feet. Feel that the body's lifting up, the shoulders are rolling away from the front and towards the spine in the middle. We're going to reach the hands up towards the sky. Sweep the right hand under the left, and then give yourself a hug. Let the hands come into the shoulders. Feel that the shoulders are pulling apart, the elbows are beginning to lift. Exhale, release the hands back up towards the sky. We're going to bring the hands back down to the lap. And this time as we come into our pose, we're going to modify a little bit with our hero. So we're going to bring our toes to the mat so that they're tucked under, lifting the body up slightly. It's a deep stretch through the bottom of the foot, releasing some of the fascia or connective tissues. We're going to bring the hands back up towards the sky. Let the opposite arm come under. Feel that you're hugging the body in close. The upper body stays lifted. The gaze can start to come up as well if it's comfortable on the neck. Exhale, release. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Untuck the toes. And come back down to your bottom. From here, we're going to come into a little bit of back work. So beginning to work the body down to the very mat, bringing the feet around to the front. We're going to let the feet slide forward. We're going to feel that they're still grounded through onto the mat. We're going to bring the hands out in front of us and then slightly start to bring the body back. Find a place where the core is engaged. The feet can stay grounded here. They begin to lift off. That's okay too. Breathe deep. Just 3, 2, 1. Exhaling down. Let the back round over, hugging the knees. Inhale's going to find us coming back up. Let the body rise up. This time as we grow, work to bring the thighs close together. Work to lift the feet. The hands can reach out far to the front. They can begin to reach up towards the sky. Working not to rock back so that the balance stays on the sits bones. And then coming back down, rounding over, let the body rest. We're going to lift back up. Coming up to the very top, we're going to let the knees fall open, the soles of the feet come together, coming into Baddha Konasana. The knees are going to work their way down to the mat. The hips want to feel centered and even on the floor. We can begin to work our body forward, folding over the thighs. Take a few breaths here. Let the body slowly relax. Let the knees open up as they will. And then inhale, beginning to lift back up. We're going to draw the legs together once again. You're going to work to slide the feet over to the side and then working your way down to your belly. Coming flat against the mat once again, we're going to come into half frog. We're working to open the hips here. So bringing the arms to rest out beside you. Let the head rest. It can fold the hands underneath your forehead if you would like, allowing a gentle cushion. We're going to draw the right knee up towards the side of the body, working your right knee up towards your ribs. The foot's going to stay flat down on the floor. Bringing the knee out to the side. Relax here, letting the hips slowly work their way down to the mat. You can push through the heel so that you feel length through the leg, through the calf of the right leg. Start to bring your right leg back down to meet your left. Bring both heels up towards the sky and windshield wiper your feet from side to side. From here, we're going to bring the right foot back down. Let the left knee begin to work out towards the side. Let the left foot push back towards the wall. Send the left leg back down towards the wall once again. Start to bring the feet back up. Swish the feet from side to side, maybe wiggle through the bottom. And then planting the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, begin to push your way up through a tabletop and into downward facing dog. Feel that the hips are high, the shoulders are drawing back, the feet are working their way towards the mat to stretch through the calf. And then we're going to release the right foot, let it come through to the front of the mat. Pause here. You can bring the left knee down. Push into the hips once again here, and then slowly guide the hips back so that you're coming into a half monkey. Let the toes pull up towards the sky. Let the body work its way back towards the opposite foot. Feel that the body's lengthening. Breathe deep. Relax. The inhale is going to bring you back forward towards the front of the mat, lifting up. This time we're going to pull forward just slightly, deepen in, and then plant the hands back down, tuck the back toes, begin to work your way back into downward facing dog. Coming into a wide-legged downward facing dog, taking a moment to reach back with your right hand for your left ankle. Feel that the body's twisting here. Remember to breathe deep. Releasing, coming back to your downward facing dog. Let the opposite hand begin to reach across. Draw back into center. Let the left foot begin to work its way to the front. Coming back into our modified lunge, letting the hips pull forward. Pause for just a moment here and then draw the hips back. Work your way into half monkey on the other side. Paying attention, one side may feel different than the other, and that's fine. Our bodies are different from day to day, side to side, even minute to minute at times. Honor your body as you move throughout. Let it guide you. Let it give you what you need, and listen to what it's asking for. Beginning to work your way back up to our modified lunge. Pull forward slightly so that you pull into the hips, and then plant the hands down. Work your way back into our downward facing dog. We're going to send the right foot back to the front of the mat. Begin to bring it forward and across. We're setting up for a pigeon pose. Let the body settle down. Find a place that's comfortable. The hips are even. The foot can be close to the body, or it can begin to work out and away towards the mat, front of the mat, for more of a parallel position. Feel that the body's lifting up, and then exhale, fold forward, come into a restorative pigeon. As you're here in restorative pigeon, let the shoulders relax. Let the head pull forward. You can bring a block under your head. You can use your fists stacked on top of each other. Find whatever is accessible for you. Continue to breathe, letting each muscle relax as you do. From here, we're going to begin walking the hands back in towards the body. Begin to lift up, tuck the back toes so that you can give space for the right leg to come back out long. While we're here in downward facing dog, wiggling from side to side, taking whatever movement feels good, loosening up the right hip. And then coming back into center when you're ready. We're going to work to the left side, so whenever you're ready, send the left foot through and across the front. Let the body slowly work its way in. Again, remember that one side may be different than the other. You may find that the foot draws in a little bit closer to the body or a little further away, depending on which side you're on. Begin to lift the body up and then slowly walking forward, coming back into your restorative pigeon. If you have knee issues, you can always tuck the back toes, letting the knee lift off slightly, giving just a little bit of relief. Starting to work the body back up. Finding your way back out of your pigeon, letting the left leg come out from below you, and then wiggling and taking whatever movement feels right. Pause into center, and then bringing the knees back down to the mat. Slowly bringing the bottom down to the feet. Rolling onto an easy seated place. We're going to roll so that our bottom comes towards the wall. Let the hips meet the wall and let the body begin to lay back against the mat. The legs are going to come up the wall. The toes are going to draw in towards the body. Feel that the toes are lifted high. If it's comfortable, you can stay here. You can also bring your hands under your lower back, giving just a little bit of a lift, or you can bring a block or a blanket underneath your back. Sometimes it relieves just a little bit of the pressure. Relax here, letting the blood come out of the toes back down into circulation. Focus back on the breath. Let it draw in full. Feel that it's filling the body up, bringing warmth and positivity. And then exhale it back out, working to get to the very bottom of the breath. When you get to the very bottom, push out just a little bit more. And then maybe just a little bit more. And then breathe in nice and deep, letting the next breath be clean, refreshing. From here, and our legs up the wall, we're going to let the feet slide open into a letter V, coming into a wide-legged place. You can bring blocks underneath the legs if you would like. You can bring your hands under your legs or to the inside, giving just a gentle nudge. Rest here, feeling that there is length coming through the inside of the leg. Again, feeling the back relax against the mat. Slide the feet back up towards the sky. Work to push one foot against the wall. Let the other leg come in towards the body. Feel that the knee is beginning to pull down towards the armpit. And then slide your leg back up long. Bring the opposite knee down, working it to the outside of the ribs. Maybe just a gentle push into the wall here. Walking the foot back up along the wall. We're going to bring the right leg towards the torso. You can bring the hands to the back of the thigh, start to walk up along the calf, maybe even making it all the way up to the top. Let the shoulders stay relaxed onto the mat. Feel that the knee is still somewhat straight. There may be a micro bend to protect the knee, but drawing the leg closer to the body. then letting the right leg sweep over so that it comes across the body. Feel that the hips closing off here. Begin to feel a stretch through the outside band. Send both feet back up when you're ready. Draw the left leg in towards the body. Remember, you can walk the hand from the thigh up towards the calf. It may or may not make it all the way up to the foot. Everybody's different. We are right where we're supposed to be. Pausing here, the shoulders relaxed, the neck relaxed. And then bringing the left leg across the body. Pausing here, working into the outside bands. Always the hand is an option to help hold the leg or give it a little bit of nudge, taking the stretch just a little bit deeper. All the way back up to center. Begin to draw both feet back up towards the sky. We're going to bring the right foot to the left thigh. Let it cross over. Begin to bring the hands, begin to walk the left foot down the wall, bringing the knees in closer to the body. Working to draw the legs in close. The foot can walk down gently. And then walk down a little bit more as you slowly relax. Continue to breathe, being mindful of how the breath moves in and out of the body. Send the left leg back up the wall. Begin to bring the right leg back up so that we can move over to the other side. Shake things out first and then bring the opposite leg over. Begin to walk the right foot down. Find a place that's comfortable for you. You can draw the legs in closer using the arms as well, or you can continue to use the wall as leverage. Back up the wall, then draw both knees into the belly and rock from side to side. Release the toes, maybe wiggle the toes from side to side. Flex the feet, make circles with the feet. Get the blood flow back in. Relax and massage the lower back for a moment here. And then bringing the feet back to the wall, ground through the shoulders. Let the arms come down long beside you. Let the feet stay planted against the wall. We're coming into a modified bridge. So pushing the soles of the feet against the wall. Let the knees bend. Begin to lift the bottom up. And you can take a small lift. You can use your hands to help support just a little bit. You can use a bolster or blocks if you would like here to support the body. And then exhaling back down. Take a breath, maybe wiggle from side to side. And then pushing back into the wall, lifting the hips once again. Work to keep your chin tucked, but remember that if your airway's blocked, come back out of the pose. exhale, coming back down. If you slid away from the wall, beginning to work your way back to the wall for just a moment. It doesn't have to be all the way against the wall, but just taking a brief pause here. We're going to begin to bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open once again. Come into a modified version of a Baddha Konasana. And then from here, bringing the knees back together, drawing them in close to the body. You can bring the knees over to the right side. Let the arms fan out. Let the hips lift, coming into a spinal twist. The gaze can come out toward the opposite wall. Breathing deep. Exhaling fully. Coming back up into center. Rock from side to side, reset the spine. And then shift the knees over to the other side, letting the body spiral down, the shoulders grounding down towards the mat, the hips lifting up, wringing out the body. Here, we're going to draw the knees back into center, rock from side to side. And then we're getting ready to set up for Shavasana. If you would like to stay near the wall, you can. You can slowly work your way out long across your mat. Letting the body relax, let the feet fall open wide. And as we come into our Shavasana, we're going to work through some of the muscles within the body for a moment before we totally relax out. You can have a bolster near the legs if you would like, so that as you come into Shavasana, you can bring it under the knees, letting it lift the knees up and relax the back a little bit. But as we lay down, starting to release the mind once again, the breath becoming more natural, start focusing in on the feet. Tighten down through the feet. Let the toes crunch down. Feel that every muscle's tightening into those areas. And then relax. Draw the energy into the calves. Begin to tighten the calves so that they lift the legs. And then relax. Tighten the thighs. Let them work hard here, feeling that they're very active and engaged. Pausing. And then relax. Moving into the core. Begin to tighten the bottom, tighten the stomach. Feel that the center is drawing in like a girdle's tightening down. Feel the tension building up, and then relax. Bringing your focus to your arms. Start to tighten the fists, tighten the forearms, tighten the biceps. Feel that the shoulders are drawing in, that you're scrunching up like either you're cold because it's snowing, so that may be true. And then relax. And lastly, coming to the face. Begin to scrunch the face up. Feel angry for just a moment. Let the forehead draw down, let the lips purse. Feel that the eyes are tightly closed. And then relax. Take a nice, deep, big breath in. And then as you exhale, relax each and every muscle fully and totally into the mat. Allow the body to feel grounded and supported and safe. Appreciate the work that you've done today and let it absorb into the body. Slowly starting to bring awareness back into the body, back to the space, noticing sounds, smells, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe beginning to stretch the body out from one end to the other. And then starting to draw the knees back up. Roll onto one side or the other. Let the head rest on the arm. Feel that the body's totally relaxed. Appreciate what you've done today. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each and every being. And when you're ready, begin to work your way up to a nice, easy seated place. Let the hands come back into heart center. Beginning to close out our practice, enjoying the peacefulness, the mindfulness, the warmth within the body. Let it grow. Let it emanate out like the light within. Let it absorb with the light within the universe that brings us all together as one. Namaste. Namaste.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed our yoga class. Now that you've got a taste of Kelly's teaching style, come on in for a class. Check our schedule, our website, Harmony Health VB, or find us on social media. We're Harmony Health VB on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Have a great night. Stay safe in the snow. See you next time.